Thank you so much for choosing Cast TV. You're watching the Youth Space. My name is Chemtai Kirui. I'm hoping you're doing well, wherever it is you're watching us from. I'm so excited today, yet another day that I've gotten a chance to sit down with amazing young individual from Presbyterian University here in Nairobi, not a new face, especially if you've been watching Youth Space for some time now. I'm sure you can even name the names with me here. We have everyone on board. Sheila, the senator, is here with us, but today she's working behind the scene. And it's going hand in hand with the topic that we're going to have here today, the topic of mentorship. As I'm going to introduce the team that I have here, you realize some of them are teachers, others are journalists, you know, and different paths that they're choosing in their life. And that's why we wanted to introduce the issue of mentorship and mentorship program. I don't know how that field is like in Kenya, especially right now with the young people. Do they have people that they can look up to when it comes to guidance, or people they can talk to hold their hands as they go through whatever is happening in their personal or professional life? I don't know how common this topic is. That's why I'm so excited to introduce the team and let us know whether they have that in their pathway. Sitting next to me is Ezra, also known as MK. It's one name. There was a time he explained what MK means, so kama tujoin saizi, keep on utajua too. And then next to him we have Aima, we have Ben. It's been a minute since you were here last, but I'm so happy that you're here with us. And of course at the farthest end we have Maureen. Karibuni sana kwa show. Looking bright, ready for the program, ready for the topic?
Sure.
Yeah. There's this issue of mentorship na mentorship program. Most of the time when I come up, when watu wanaanza their path in their career, right? Ama wakati mwingine kwa churches unasikianga kuna wale watu ambao wako na mentorship. And I think for some time now we've had that conversation here. Wakati tuna have a conversation, the issue of mentorship imekuwa come up, right? I don't know how this issue is. Do you have people along the way that you can seek a mentee, for example? I'll start with you, Ezra.
Yeah, sure. It's a good topic. Yeah, you know, there are three kinds of associations that every human being has. We have the association with God. That's the relationship with God is not on our level. And then number two, the associations with people that are in your level. Those are your friends, the people of your age, maybe if you're working, your business partners or your staff, the people around you. And then now another kind of associations is now the mentors, or those people that are ahead of you, people that you respect, people that you love, people that you honor, people that you're looking up to them. So yeah, it exists. Yeah.
Emma, have you come across these mentors along the way?
Yes, because all of us, we do have mentors. Like just like Ezra said, watu wenye we look up to. We want to be like them maybe. We want to like emulate what they do because they are our mentors. Yeah, it does exist.
Someone you look up to, Ben, role models.
Yeah, actually, there are various grounds that we will meet these people, especially on our journeys, and specifically measuring about maybe how you grow since you are young. You have your own parents, they'll be your mentors, the teachers you met in schools, and maybe those who are at least you have been with them in the communities everywhere. So in those particular levels, you'll meet people, and those are the guys you are getting, and so they exist.
To me, I'd say that mentors do exist, and for you to reach a certain step of life or your destination, there is someone or there is some people that you'll be looking up to. So yeah, mentors do exist, and they do help us a lot in terms of how you picture your things and how you want your things to go straight.
Yeah. I do understand the way mnasema you've come across such a kind of person, yeah, but kuna kwanga ni ile formal na informal kind of mentorship, yeah. So sijui kama kuna hizo programs, especially in campus, for example, where if you need someone to, for example, a career that you're pursuing, yeah, kuna mtu maybe you can reach out to issues kaizo. Ezra.
Yeah, wow, you know, we say that mentored people last longer. Like bring another good dimensions, yeah, formal na informal, which is important. Yeah, but right now in our campuses, ni ngumu kupata, but they are there. It's very few lecturers that can come, that maybe if you want to be a lecturer, they are ready to offer a shoulder for you to lean on. You know, I always tell people that there is no first place that you are the first one to venture into. There is a man who is holding the key to where you want to go to. There is no first place that will be the last. I always tell like Ben, namwambia penye uko, kuna mtu anatamani kuwa hapo penye uko na opportunity ya kumentor that person. Now ile dimensions ya formal and informal, like life yetu generally, even ushago, kuna mtu anafanya kitu, maybe there is a teacher somewhere that students are looking up to them, whether it is through formal means like classroom akae chini awafunze, or through informal means, you know, like when my dad was teaching me how to drive the car, hakunifunza formally. Tulikuwa tumekaa tu kwa gari na anakuambia ukishika hapa, that is informal. Ni normal tu, mnatembea na mtu anakufunza kitu and you're like, yeah, that chenye amesema ni important. But in our campuses it's very difficult to find such people. It's only maybe the dimensions of leadership where you can find maybe some school head mentoring the student leaders or something, but ni ngumu kupata. Yeah.
Interesting. What about you, Emma?
According to me, I'd say informal and formal mentorship yote iko, but sasa inategemea ni nani. Like kama home, your mom can be your mentor. Iyo ni very informal, like. And then shule, I think kuna formal, kwa sababu I remember the last time tulikuwa na a mentor mwenye aliitwa kuja tuongeleshe the mass communication students. So I think that was formal because aliinvitiwa. He was in Switch TV, Emmanuel Terer, yeah. So alikuja akatumenta the things we like tunafaa kufanya kama journalists. Yeah, so kuna formal na informal.
On my side, especially in campuses, if we major on that part, formal form of mentorship has been imeangaziwa sana, especially for these young people. The informal one, kind of, it will itategemea those guys wenye wanajituma, because if I have a mentor personally as Benjamin, that I look upon this guy in everything that I want to achieve, yeah, in my way of maybe profession, maybe the way I'm living, the way of living, kind of the lavish style level, and kind of to be in a mode that to prove that informal kind of mentorship do not exist, is because you will see the behavior of people. You will see the kind of the way young people are behaving. Unotajua where this guy come from, their parents are not strict, or they are not leading them to the pathway, ile part inafaa wakue. And when you can see maybe this guy he's very holistic, so kumaanisha the place he has been imekuwa amekuwa kinini. So hapa informal kind of it doesn't help, but majorly informally is because it is in the programs, it is in the curriculum of the school maybe, and maybe the programs that the groups are forming that's helping these young people. So kind of formal kind of mentorship is what is making these young people at least to be on their toes and to achieve what they want in life. So yeah.
According to me, I won't differ so much from whatever my colleagues have said, because actually to have a mentor, it's like a personal decision, and it's up to you as a person to find someone that you can see, this is my mentor and I can look up to. Or even if it's not someone that can mentor you, maybe you can look for that person and help you to find someone that you can be looking up to. And the question that you asked about campus, like if you can really find a mentor, yes, you can, but it's so hard because many students do go to campus just to study. They study their careers and they just want to graduate and go. They don't have to follow up, and it's not a must. It's up to you. So yes, like for instance, in the Presbyterian University of East Africa, I remember there is certain lecturers whereby you can go find them, talk with them, and they can mentor you, because there are some courses other than the main career that you are studying, and they can mentor you. They can try to help you find a way. Like for instance, I'm doing journalism and there's something else that I want to do. They can mentor me and show me a short course whereby I can choose which course, because there are various courses whereby you can be mixed up, unashinda uchague gani. But for someone who is not motivated, like I want to have a mentor, I want to have someone that I can look up to, it will be so hard for you, because at the end of the day you'll find that not all people do have mentors. Kuna mtu unaweza muuliza, by the way, do you have a mentor? Atafikiria, then akwambia, I think that is thinking. They don't know even who they are looking up to. So yeah.
That's very interesting. The program, your mentorship, and you mentioned something about wakati mko shule, someone comes and speak to you, right? I remember back in the day, ours was Boniface Mwangi, the human activist, right, person, right? Kwa kikuja shule anasema, if you're interested in photography, back then I don't know if he's a trained journalist, but he used to, yeah. So alikuwa anasema, for me, for instance, kama you're interested in photography, and you want someone to hold your hands, kuna programs, for example, you can go online and check zile institution, for example, CAS Media, for example, you look at someone ambaye anafanya CAS, alafu unasema, I'm interested in journalism, would you like to walk me through, so that njia yako wewe ambaye unaanza from your career, it becomes easier than someone ambaye already aliko on their own, right? So I feel like hii program ingekuwa like introduced kwa shule, would it be helpful? Someone when you, for example, who is a teacher, already amepitia your path, anajua what the challenges will come face to face. If you have issues along the way with the subjects that you want to choose, probably you reach out to them, unaambia, what would your advice would be? Do you think that would be easier if such programs were introduced?
Yeah, sure. Unajua nimekuwa na instance around 2 months ago. Kuna wasemi wa lead kwa my brand that I'm mentoring young guys wamemaliza form 4. So one of them scored an A-, alipata A-, and akaniuliza which is the right course for me to do and everything, cause me I was once there, I scored B, and then I was confused pia. I faced some challenges na kuchagua courses na shule, and in the end I ended up at a place penye sikuwa nataka. Sikuwa na mse wa kunilead, but I did not want them to go through the same challenges that I went. So nikamwambia, with an A- you can do a good course, maybe medicine, nursing. It's a good course. With an A- you shouldn't land in a field like kama sisi watu education or mass communication. Hiyo ni watu ya B+ or B, si watu wa A-. But the other day the guy calls and tells me ameitwa sijui wapi. Yeah, but it's true with our parents. Yeah, but it's true with the current education system in Kenya, unless you want it, unless wewe mwenyewe uko na passion ya kufanya a course like education na mass comm, ukipata A ama A- utaichagua. But kama hauna hiyo passion and then you score an A- na uitwe kwa course ka education ya wale watu wa C+ na B, then it's bad. So the same thing happened to them, and then he calls me the other day and tells me he has been called to some school in Busia. I've never even heard of the school. So I was wondering, si nilikuambia it happen. In fact, I told him, if you don't take care, you will be called somewhere you don't want to do some weird course, hata wewe mwenyewe hujaisikia. It really happened the same way because alikataa kusikia. Suppose such people kwa society yetu, ama suppose young people, na Maureen ali bring up a good point about sisi wase young. Unajua sisi wase young generation yetu ni watu kiburi, hatuwezi kubali kufunzwa, hatuwezi like we have a generation that cannot humble and nyenyekea na wakubali, yes kuna mtu amekuwa mbele yangu na huyu mtu anaelewa. You know, I always tell people it's only a fool that sees fire and approaches the fire so that they can get burned. Mimi nimeambiwa kuna moto hapa, lakini nataka kwenda kwa moto ndo nichomeke, ndo nione nini iko. You know, I had guys tell me that experience the best teacher, but I always tell them experience the best teacher, but it teaches fools, because it's only a fool that angoja experience kitu ndo imfunze, yet you know that this is the consequence. Like even in the Bible, ile moment Elisha alikutana na Elijah, life yake ili change, it became a different course of life. If you read the Bible, ile time Timothy alikutana na Paul, life yake ili change completely. So the moment you've met with such people, I call them destiny connectors of destiny, they are so important, of which ni maana kila mse young kukuwa na mentor. It's so important. You cannot miss out on anything, because huyu ni mtu ako mbele yako anajua there is a mountain they took 10 years to climb, you will only take 1 year umefikisha penye walifika. Juu wako ni kama umego na shortcut. Yeah.
Okay, to me I'd say it's very important kukuwa na mentor, kwa sababu I remember venye nilimaliza form 4 nilikuwa na a lot of mentors. My mom tells me do this, my dad, but again unafaa kuwa na that mentor mwenye you are looking up to. So I think it's very important. kama mimi for example nilikuwa naona okay, I want to be like Victoria Rubadiri, like that woman is very elegant, and the way she, yeah, so I was very determined kufanya mass communication because of her mentorship, like what she does inanifanya tu nitake kufanya. So I think it's very important, and again you should have your stand. Una mentoriwa, but you know you're given an advice, but you're the one who is going to make your own decision. Your mentors are very important.
Yeah. My colleagues have brightened the lane. And if we trace back, you can see that a long time ago, we had those guys ambao walikuwa wanasomea either carpentry, blacksmith, carvings, etc. And we were taught that these people learned through apprenticeship, if I've said so. Yeah, something of sort. I will agree 100%, if not 99%, that those mentorship programs should be brought on board for these young people. This is the reason that we have seen a lot of successful people in life who have not gone to school. Those guys who maybe they were not in the dynasties, but they struggled through mentorships and they acquired something in life. And you learn there's this level of maybe watu ambao they are not rich, they are just people struggling. These second class level people. You'll find that somebody anafanya kaa kwa welding fulani. And there are a lot of young people in the community ambao wale vijana ambao they finish school maybe due to lower grades because they learn in a very local schools. They never managed to acquire that level that they will go to universities or colleges because they didn't have money. They are taken there to be coached on how to do carpentry, blacksmith. And at the end of it, there are people that are working now and they're the best. You see, this is through the mentorships, how they were taught. And you'll see that every time, even when maybe in medical fields, people do not get that knowledge, maybe 80% in schools. They have to go to maybe practicals. So in every practical that you have to do in life, the key thing is about mentorship. And I will support by the term that in terms of how you are being taught on how to perform something in life, you majorly have your path. So I will not take a mentor from maybe medical field, and yet I'm pursuing a journalism field. And it's about me as a person, or maybe it's that intrinsic thing in me that will make me to at least find someone who is going to mentor me. And in schools, if we bring these programs either in churches, either in schools, either wherever maybe we have to mentor these young people, then it's about those guys themselves to choose the right paths. So apart from bringing those mentorship programs to school, we have also to make these young people understand really what do they want in life. Because as a mentor, won't know maybe what do this young person needs if ajaanza kuonesha that thing in him or her. Yeah, so I can say so.
My colleagues have spoken, like Maureen just summarized whatever they are talking about, because yeah, indeed mentors are so important, and when they are introduced in a, let's say, institution, it doesn't matter whether it's a high school or campus. It really helps, because you'll realize that most of us, even right here, we had a challenge choosing courses before joining campus, because at times you'll be like, I want to do law. For instance, me, I wanted to do law. Then I'm like, Maureen, you can't do law. Grade umepata uko sure utapata law. Then I'm like, so what can I do? Because you know there is that phase in your life whereby you are confused totally. You don't know what to do, and you will realize that if you are not mentored, if you are not having a mentor or someone who you can look up to and be like, I think I can make a good journalist like Victoria Rubadiri. And if you don't have that, let's say, that chance whereby you got a mentor that can mentor you, you'll be lost in the way, because it's not easy at all when you're alone. And at the same time, the way Emma said, like, you have to have your stand. Some mentors can come and generalize everything, you know, like it's like a bird, like huwezi tu kamwaga mtama, you know. So even if they mwaga that mtama, you can't eat everything. Like there is something that you can pick from that. And you know, they say that choices do have consequences, and whatever you choose, it can either affect you positively or negatively. So the moment that we are looking up to these mentors that we have, we also need to know, where do we fall? For instance, you know your field, you know, like if I'm a medic, I don't have to pick someone mwenye anaimba mziki huku nje, tena kuimbia watu mziki ama nitawaponya. Like you have to understand where you are falling, and you choose mentors according to your field. Yeah.
I like that fact where it's you to choose, especially right now that ndasema kuna specific programs ziko shuleni, for example. So it's you to identify kama umeenda kanisa ama umeenda function, and you see someone that you see like ako kwa field ile ambayo mnataka kufanya, right? You can approach them, sababu si wote. You can come to me and say like, would you mind holding my hand? Mimi nikwambie that's not for me, right? So probably you identify, like venye Ezra anasema, he's willing, for example, to work with the younger people, for us to identify who we want. And mentorship is a part, it's a continuous thing, right? Ukiwa high school, fike campus, mimi nikiwa kazini, probably there's someone I'm looking up to. So yeah, I think we've talked a lot about the professional side. Tukienda kumalizia, there's this other part ambaye kidogo pia inakonga important, having someone to speak to, someone mwenye si mwalimu wako ama mzazi wako, someone mwenye hata kujudge. So we're talking about personal mentorship, someone ambaye unajua if you have something going on probably emotionally, unaweza enda kuzungumza naye, maybe unajua atakuguide, si ati atakwambia fanya hivi ama hivi, right? So probably if there's that person as well in your private, professional and private life.
Yeah, of course, because the heart of a human being is created in a funny way. Like if I'm to ask God, I won't have a lot of questions to ask God, except swali moja, how did he create the heart of a human being? Because the more I take in things without releasing them, my heart becomes heavy. I can come smiling, but in the end at night my heart is so heavy. So every human being is created in a way that you have to find some place of having an outlet ya kuongea, especially by talking. You know, the heart is like an elastic bag. If you go at the road and keep picking stones and putting the stones in the bag will be too heavy if you don't release those stones. So the same to human beings. Yeah, lazima tukuwe na watu wako kuongelesha, of which our watu inafaa. This is now the most important part, because if you I think I was speaking to, I don't know who, about especially girls, the girls, wanaume mnaweza kosana kidogo aweke siri ama nini, lakini wasichana wakikosana kumeharibika because everything you told them is just like bleeding next to a shark. It goes out there and it's bad. So it's important pia kuconsider unaambia nani nini. And then also back to that, because acha niharakishe, back to that, we also have people, Chemu will not forget, guys that you've done something for them or you've shared something to them, and then in the end they go bad mouth you or something, go stab you at the back, which is also an issue when you're talking about mentorship, especially the other type of one, where mtu amekushika mkono until umefikia height fulani, badala you skipping looking forward at that person, unaanza sasa kumu stab at the back, which is bad. And our young people should always be told that to the person that gave you solutions, you don't have to be a problem to them. To the person that gave you endorsements, you don't have to embarrass them. You don't have to be a burden to the person that is a blessing in your life. So yeah, ni important. Yeah.
I'll just add to what Ezra said. Ni vizuri kuwa na your personal, that mentor mwenye unamwambia something that you're going through. Kwa sababu we as young people, we face a lot. Like as you grow, kuna vitu you're going through na your heart is heavy, and like ni kama huna mtu mwenye you can nini. It's very important kukuwa na that one person. To me, I can say my best friend is my mentor when it comes to kuambiana that emotional things that you're going through. Yeah, so nikishamwambia what I'm going through, akiniambia just one word, I feel like I'm okay. So it's very important.
Yeah, sure. Choices have consequences, and great things begin in mind. And if I can refer to what the heart was, my colleagues have talked about heart. if I've just been in a medical field shortly, almost a month, but you learn that a heart is a myogenic organ. Compared with the mind, you can think a lot of things. You can be in fantasy and think a lot about lavish living, kila kitu tu mzuri mzuri. But if you refer to a heart, you have to make a lot of choices for you to believe in something. If today I want to believe maybe that if I follow the rules or the principles of a certain person in life as my personal mentor, as my closest friend, and somebody I will share everything that maybe it hurts me and everything that I want to achieve, yet maybe I don't have the capabilities, maybe I don't have the finances, maybe I don't have the lens to be there. So it's all about maybe understanding that what are your flaws. You know, in this life, that as young people, the journey that you have been shortly, maybe from the time you have been in high school, now in maybe university, you will learn that you have met a lot of people. You have met people from different backgrounds, and not all are friends. Only the few who see a star in you, only the few who see a light in you. And it's not everyone who will smile before you and tells you that, maybe MK, my friend, you are doing great. And he or she means that. So as much as we want those people in our lives, we also have to make our own personal decisions. That if maybe today I want to speak to someone, will he or she listens to me? Will that maybe decision that I will want to be given, or the help of the problem that I have, itakuwa the 100% that I want?
I hear you.
Yeah. So there's a matter that as we make decisions, not that we are humans, not that tuko na makosa zetu na pia tunafaa kujirudia wenyewe before we see someone. And for us to make those people see an importance in us, then we have to make them proud, actually, like how Ezra said.
Yeah.
So I'll cut short, sorry.
Unfortunately, time is...
Yeah, time is on our side. So we have to make them proud. Si kila wakati that we have to be on our knees. Sometimes let's be on our toes so that we can be carried.
I hear you. Maureen, you have less than a minute.
I hear you all. I can say to have a private mentor is so important, because there are some things that you can't just tell your professional mentor. You know, sometimes there are some things that you are going through, transitions, emotional challenges, and also the physical challenges. Kuna vitu zingine hauwezi ukaambia your professional mentor. Even if they are like your friends who may interact now, itafika mahali ambapo you can't talk to them about what you're going through. So I can say friends are so important, and whenever you have that best friend, remember not everyone is your best friend. And whenever you have that best friend, a person that can help you go through whatever that you're going through, like challenges and all the emotions that you have, you are good to go. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know this issue of mentorship was really deep, but you guys have done it justice. Thank you so much for always making time to have this conversation, and of course introducing some of the topics ambayo inatusaidia sisi ambayo tuko hapa, and also those people who are watching at home, right? Well, I've been speaking to Ezra, Aima, Ben, and Maureen on the issue of mentorship and mentorship program. I hope by now you know you can reach out to someone and see if they're willing to hold your hands through whatever, if it's professional or personal issue. Mi naitwa Chemtai Kirui. It's been a pleasure. I'm hoping to see you on the next one. Have a blessed one. Bye. Bye.